welcome back to my channel. My name is Miss Yancy and this is the Miss Yancey Network. Woo! Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. You're gonna love it here. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I wanted to share with you guys why I really started my gardening. I think I've talked about, my gardening journey in some videos, like here and there, in and out in some of the videos, but I feel like I should create like a separate video just for like my purpose in gardening. One look and I breathe. Gardening has now become a part of my purpose in life, which I find a little funny because God has a funny sense of humor. For the longest time, I thought my purpose was something else. It seems like as I am getting older, I'm just being aligned with whatever God has in store for me. I started gardening 2 years ago. My first year of gardening really wasn't gardening because so many things fell. I only was successful with one thing, which was my tomatoes. Love my tomatoes, y'all. Tomatoes are so resilient. I love me some tomatoes. But yeah, tomatoes was the only thing that survived my first year of gardening. And then the second year, which was last year, was my second year of gardening, and that was when I had the most success. It's crazy because last year was a very tough year. The entire year was a very tough year for me, but I just delved myself into gardening. I just put my all, I gave my all into gardening, and it was just so therapeutic. It was one of the most amazing feeling, one of the most amazing thing that I could have done for my mental health, which I really needed help with. So gardening just became like a source of refuge. And of course, I go to the Lord in prayer, y'all. I go to the Lord in prayer. Yes. But I also believe that the Lord put gardening in my path to be another source of refuge for me, something tangible that I could touch and feel and smell and just be a part of. And that's what gardening was for me and is for me. And now it has become a staple in my life and has become a part of my life, so much so I can't wait to share what I'm about to share with you guys next with my 2025 goals. Gardening has just been something that I, just became a part of. Like, it's almost like it's a part of me. It's not even so much of the term gardening. I think it's just being in nature, because man, when you're out there, you don't even feel like you're gardening. You just feel like you're living. Like, am I the only one that feels that way? When I'm in the garden, I feel like I'm living. I feel like this is life. And it reminds me so much of home, being back home in Africa and just being out in nature. You don't realize how much nature you're in when you're in Africa until you travel abroad, where there are more cities and buildings and things like that. And the last time I was truly in nature in that way when I was back home was about 2 years ago for my grandmother's funeral. And when I went back home, I feel like that was the last time where I truly felt at peace. I just felt like I'm home. And I think other than the fact that I was actually home and I was with family members, my mother's, and other family and stuff like that made it home, but it was just being out in nature, because in my mother's backyard they have all kinds of trees like mango, avocado, almond. They have pineapple. They grow their own greens. They grow literally everything they eat, they grow. And just being a part of that. And I couldn't explain why I felt so at home, like why I felt so free. I'm here for my grandmother's funeral, but I feel so free. I couldn't explain that feeling until now that I'm actually sitting here talking to you guys. It is registering to me is because of I was in nature. I woke up every morning and they have coconut trees. The yard guy who takes care of the yard will go and grab a coconut, for me every single morning. I had a fresh coconut water. If you don't know, coconut water is like natural electrolyte that is very good for you, and it will replenish and rehydrate your body. And I had that every single morning. I had fresh fruits and veggies every single morning. My skin was clear. Martha Lorraine wear, okay? It was not Martha Lorraine that had my skin that clear. It was just being home and eating so naturally and just being at one with nature, walking outside with my bare feet, touching the grass, touching the ground, the dirt, just being in it really, really made me feel at home. So last year, while I was going through my own trials and things like that, I've realized that that was something that God put me in. And I think God recognizing like what nature did for me being back home, and then coming here and with whatever mentally that was going on with me, and and just submerging myself in, you know, well, it didn't work out my first year. Of course, you're not gonna give up, right? We don't give up our first year. The first year sucked, but we didn't give up. We was like, second year, we're gonna come back with a bang. We're gonna do all the research and come back with a bang. And that's what I did. So last year, what was supposed to be a very small garden, a very small space in my backyard that was dedicated to me growing stuff, became an entire thing. I didn't even realize like how therapeutic it was and how it was helping me mentally. Like, I'm telling you, if you suffer from anxiety, which I realized was what I was dealing with, was anxiety, like a major form of anxiety, I didn't realize like how much it was helping me. Like, I spent hours and hours and hours in a garden, and you guys know, because I filmed prior to me even filming videos in my garden, I was already spending hours and hours in my garden, and I was like, why am I not recording this? You know, there's somebody else that can learn from this, this could also help. And a lot of you guys told me you don't even want a garden, you just enjoy seeing my garden, you just enjoy feeling like you're also a part of nature by watching, and hopefully one day you are gonna grow some too, right? But yeah, so that's just a little bit of, you know, why I garden and my purpose in gardening. I want to do a whole separate video about that part of my purpose in gardening, why I do it, what it has done for me mentally and spiritually. If you're into, you know, spirituality, you know, and you're a Christian, that video is gonna be for you. But yeah, I would delve more into that part of it in a separate video. This video is just to welcome you guys to 2025 and let you know what's going on in my life. Hey, that rhymed a little bit. That's a little itty bitty piece about that. Okay, so I will tell you guys more in a separate video. But yeah, it's actually powerful. And when I went for my grandmother's funeral, I vlogged my grandmother's funeral, and just me being there, I vlogged as much as I could because I wanted to share what I was feeling. Like, I was there, I'm like, I'm here for a funeral, like, why am I not sad? You know, like, I'm not, you know, I'm sad, you know, my grandmother passed. But one thing about my grandmother though, she always lived her life in positivity, and she was very jovial, and she would hate to, like, for us to be like mourning. She was like, and she used to always tell us, like, when I die, you better not be sitting around mourning, you better be dancing, you better be happy, because I am at peace, I am with my God. This is somebody I've been waiting to go and be with for a very long time, which used to scare me all the time as a child. Like, why are you telling me this? I don't want you to go. Those are things she used to always tell us, you know. It's like, please do not cry, you know, I know it's a natural thing, but, you know, do not walk around mourning, I need you to be happy. And I believe that my grandmother was with us in Liberia, because, like, the peace that I, like, literally, what did Tim say? This is the peace that you cannot buy. Literally, I felt the peace that you cannot buy when I was in Liberia, and that was the type of peace that I was experiencing. And it is a lot of work, but I feel like it's a labor of love. So even though you're doing a lot of work, you're like, oh child, my back, you know, you're tired and all of that stuff, is a part of the love. So you don't hate it. It's like, there's a lot of work and it's strenuous, and these evil squirrels and birds and all these animals that's trying to, like, not make this successful, even though all of this element, the outside element, is happening. But you find peace in it, you find joy in it, and then you learn to live and cope with the outside element, because at the end of the day, we were all created to live as one, and we're all sharing this planet. The quicker you learn that you're sharing, even though we may seem like we're the dominant creatures, you know, in the world, but we share with the rest of God's other creation. We're gonna go there another time. But yeah, that's one of the main reasons why I garden. And this year, I have a lot of plans for this year for my garden, and a lot of things I want to grow. I'm going to be growing a lot of the same things I grew last year, but with you guys, I am starting from the beginning, because last year I didn't start from the beginning with you guys, because I realized that I should be recording this to share with you all, for those that may relate or want, you know, enjoy this type of content later on. So y'all met me like after I had already started planting, you know, and things like that, after I was done with the seeds. But this year, y'all gonna start with me from the beginning. We're starting the seeds, which we're gonna start this week, and you guys, that's gonna be the next video. Last year I told you guys I was gonna be launching an Etsy store, because some of you were asking me about my seeds. Actually, I did a giveaway when I got 1,000 subscribers last year. I did a giveaway of some seeds. I gave a ton of seeds away to some lucky folks that were subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much, and I hope you get to grow those seeds. Please don't let it sit in your house, okay? Please grow something, okay? And let me know, can y'all tag me when y'all grow some of those things? Because I think I sent you guys some radish seeds. I sent you guys some cantaloupe, some peppers. Yeah, I sent you guys a ton of seeds. So if you guys can do me a favor, if you do grow anything, wherever you are, on what social media, can you tag me in it or send me pictures or videos? I would love to see what my seeds are doing in your garden. We have launched the Etsy store. So I have about 9 seeds that I have on there currently. I have some hot pepper mix, I have some bell pepper, I have some cantaloupe, I have radish, I have some Asian pepper. The Asian pepper mix is a hot pepper mix. I have Thai eggplants. I have crimson sweet watermelon. Y'all saw those bigger watermelons in my garden, right? Yep. Got those seeds in there. I have some cilantro seeds. Y'all saw them, cilantro or coriander. I have red bell pepper seeds. Those seeds were the seeds that came out of the red bell pepper that I grew. And then I have bell pepper mix, which are seeds mixed with green, red, yellow, orange, all of that stuff that I grew also. So remember guys, all of these seeds are seeds that I harvested with my hands from my garden. They are fruits and veggies that I grew personally in my garden. If you saw my garden from last year, especially the cantaloupe was a hit. Ooh, it was so sweet. Y'all, the cantaloupe were beautiful, and I feel like a lot of you guys came from my cantaloupe video. So if you were one of those people that was inspired or loved my cantaloupes, you could grow your own delicious cantaloupe, because I have those seeds on there. And like, you know, you guys saw my watermelon. I'm gonna input some of those videos in here. But y'all, I should have like a ton more seeds, but y'all, your girl got tired of harvesting those seeds, and I was like, you know what, let me just try it out this time to see how it's gonna do. So this year, y'all, this launch of my Etsy store, this is the pilot, so it's not gonna be perfect. I have small batches of all of the seeds that I just mentioned. It's not gonna be a ton of seeds, so I'm sorry if some of them are sold out, because I'm only putting seeds on my store that I harvested from my garden, because I want to give you the best, and I live by what I grew and they were successful, so therefore I want to share it with you guys. On to another huge announcement. I have an Amazon store, and I'm an Amazon influencer. Yes, it's different. So you can be an Amazon associate or Amazon influencer, and I have both. Okay. I'm an Amazon influencer, and I have an Amazon storefront. What I'm gonna have on there is gonna be just a lot of garden essentials that I have bought myself, things that I use in my garden. So if you're a beginner gardener and you don't know where to start, I am going to create a list of things that you need to start when it comes to starting your seeds all the way down to growing your plants. So I'm gonna have all of those things in my Amazon storefronts, and these are things that I've purchased before and things that I'm about to purchase. Those are the 2 or 3 major things. I'm an Amazon influencer, I have an Amazon storefront, and my Etsy store. So my Etsy store, that's where you'll find my seeds and all the little snacks and goodies from me that I created myself or hand harvested myself. And then the gardening materials, utensils, or whatever it is that you need to actually start your gardening and to help it be successful. I am going to have it on my Amazon storefront. One of the major things that I want to do this year is collect rainwater to water my garden, because last year my garden was in a drought in July. It was a drought in July, and I hate to, you know, constantly use the water. I don't like wasting water. I don't think it's wasting water because it is growing our food. But if I'm able to collect what God has provided for us and be able to store it for in times of drought and be able to water the garden, that would be wonderful. So one of the things that I really really want for my garden, now I'm giving y'all my wish list. One of the things that I really want is a rain barrel, and then I would love like a system, like a watering system, like a drip system of some sort that automatically waters my garden, that I can connect to the rain barrel or connect to the hose in some kind of way that can automatically water the garden. I would love like a system, a timer, whatever. Okay, so if you're in the gardening world and you would love for me to review any of your products like the ones that I just mentioned, those are my wish lists. Yeah, I'll let you girl. Or if you want to send me some new gardening beds, I would love some new gardening beds, because my goal for next year is to change up my entire gardening. I want to actually have like my gardening be a little higher up, you know, just to help with my back. I want to optimize the space better in my backyard next year. So I'm here, y'all. All the brands. I'm manifesting all the brands. I'm manifesting all the brands. And you know what? I'm gonna put that on my 2025 goal, is to acquire at least one brand partnership that's going to be of value to my gardening, but I'm also going to be of value to them, which in turn being of value to you, my Yancy family, the fancy Yancy, Yancy gang, whichever one. That was a little bit about me, who I am. I am very fun loving. I'm a jovial person, positive, but don't mess with me, okay? Because I will. Happy 2025, and I pray that your 2025 is better than your 2024. Peace and blessings. Love you guys. Bye, y'all.
Martha Lorraine's signature luxurious body butter is packed with all natural skin-loving ingredients such as cocoa butter, coconut oil, shea butter, vitamin E oil, and baobab oil. Whipped to perfection, it is lightly made to be easily absorbed into the skin without clogging your pores. This body butter is free of parabens, sulfates, and synthetic fragrances.
Your new bestie.